Oh, that's me. Welcome back to Barely D&D. It's your sort of Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Y'all, welcome back to the Accidental Adventures. This is, we're way in. This is episode 172 today. That's crazy.
Wow.
What's really crazy is that if you're a patron and hearing this, by the way, you should go join the Patreon. There's a bunch of really cool stuff on there. And also, oh, wait, I need to shout this out. We had a new patron join recently.
What?
Let's go.
We should shout them out. Give me one moment.
Welcome, patron.
Rylan, welcome.
Hi,
Rylan.
I sent you a message on Patreon. If someone sends you a message on Patreon, it's probably me. But welcome. I hope you enjoy it. You said you were in the first 12 episodes, so give it a couple years, you'll hear this. But when you get here, we're excited you're here. If you are in the Patreon, if you're not, you should join. We've got a lot of really cool stuff there and some very low tiers. Also, if you're a listener of the podcast for a long time and you have not rated us on Spotify, we would appreciate it if you did so. The number of listeners has increased, but the ratings have not changed, which also doesn't matter. But if you want to, if you're like, I like it.
I have a question for the listeners, actually. May I ask them
Abby,
a
are you
question?
speaking?
Yeah,
I don't. None of it's being picked up. Yeah. Oh, phone call. What is your question for the listener, Jickle?
I have a question for the listener. For all the listeners, wherever you're listening, comment on this and answer my question, if you so please.
Oh my goodness, Jackie, jeez.
If you were to start seeing our faces in the future, okay, while we play this game, and we were to possibly be live, where do you like to watch your live streams? Twitch or
That's a
YouTube?
good question.
Because for the longest, Twitch has always had the upper hand, especially when it comes to D&D type things. But I've noticed a shift in the just past 6 months that a lot of people are moving over to YouTube. So please let us know. Or maybe you say, I don't want to see your faces. Go away. And that's fine too.
I hate green hair.
If you were to watch us.
That guy sounds like he looks
rather-
gassy.
Would you rather would you watch a stream more so on Twitch or YouTube? Let us know.
I have a question.
Yeah. What's
For the
up?
listener?
Listeners, who's your favorite?
What?
Did you say who's your favorite?
Who's your favorite?
Who's your favorite?
Stop.
Who's your favorite,
No.
listener?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. It's already
Science.
fiery.
Oh.
Also, if you comment on Patreon, I promise I won't tell them. So you'll be safe.
I'll tell you.
I'll have
Anywho.
my mom look at it.
Wow, Jackie, that's a lame thing to say. Wow.
My mom's a patron.
We
It's not that lame.
understood. That wasn't the issue. Okay. All
Also
right.
my
Anywho.
I'll ask Abby's mom.
Without further ado, Mikkel, I think you said you had a Redditor question. Was that correct?
Yes. Yes, I do.
You know.
And y'all have to tell me if it's already been used before because I don't remember.
I mean, we're probably going to tackle a couple of them. It's fine.
What would your character's villain arc be?
Ooh, no, I don't think. I think we've done if your character was a bad guy, but I think it was more conceptual. I don't think we've done that specific question.
I'm confused.
So
Okay.
I'm hip in the lingo, but when we say their villain arc, is that a reference to something on social media or more genuinely in the sense of literature, like a villain arc?
Literature.
Okay, so in other words, were they to become villainous, for what would they be villainous? What would be their cause?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the Diminipica? What did you say?
It can't be a villain, guys, because the villain is already
Spagoober.
on their villain. Oh, Spagoober's good.
We can do
Yeah.
Spagoober.
I want to know what would turn Spagoober.
What turns Spagoober? Spagoober becoming a villain feels kind of like that theory that was going around Star Wars for a long time, where Jar Jar Binks was a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
It'd be more funny than anything. Unless, of course, we made it very serious. Who wants to start?
I will.
Oh, get him, Mickle.
I think that Craig's villain arc would actually start not from a bad thing happening, but by him surrounding himself with people who think he's really smart, attractive, funny, and overall.
So
You're
like
all
a good
those things.
like community.
Laughing made me
Just-
laugh.
Just something about when you put you're like smart, attractive. I don't know. Something got me about that. Please continue.
I think that it would be like a. Well, shoot. What's the? You know how Emperor's New Groove?
Yes.
Like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be that kind of
On his
vibe
own
of like,
ego.
I live in a palace, everybody loves me, but also I don't care about people's feelings because why would I care? I have everything.
It's the me
So I
show.
think it would.
Yeah.
I think it would him start like, yeah, climbing to the
Yeah,
top
yeah.
without caring, guys. They're like, who? Yeah, that'd be him.
I feel like Craig's villain arc could have just been joining up with a different party. Had he not been with the Fun Guys, had he been with a morally different adventure party, I think he could have turned into a really morally nebulous character.
Yeah.
Like who gained power and ability, but not a lot of conviction in any direction. Didn't make sense. Drew the wrong lessons from the things he was living through at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
If there's one thing he is, it's incredibly easily influenced.
He is impressionable. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very impressionable. So he joined the right place, right people, right gang.
It's so funny to go back to those early episodes and listen to the banter. It's bizarre. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
No, it's so real. New players thinking, "Oh my gosh, a world! What things would I do if I
Yeah.
can't do in life?
What if I was mean? What if I set it on fire?
What if I
He
was
set it on
not
fire.
Yeah, yes.
the
And just
opposite
like the
person?"
dialogue y'all exchanged, like every single time someone said something to Craig and he was like, okay. It's just so funny. And him just like sliding stray insults to random people, just catching strays everywhere. I don't know, it's
I-
really funny.
Can't listen to those episodes. In fact, hearing the fact that Rylan is listening to the past post 12 made me die a little bit inside.
Yeah, but it's a
And the
magical
fact that
thing to
I
have
don't have
preserved.
control and can't delete those, and like that's there. That's there for everyone to see, like kind of kills me a little bit. But it's
a beautiful
okay.
journey. It's a beautiful journey. All right, that was an excellent answer. Abs, what would Greta's villain arc be? Oh, she raised her hand after I called her name. Fair enough.
No,
I've-
the computer
I didn't think about that.
After a
It's
year
so
and a
bad.
half of teaching, no one's done that to me.
Discord lagged.
Ah,
What? Oh,
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're
guys,
real
can
hard
you
to hear.
me? Can you hear me?
buddy,
Can
I
you
don't
hear
think
me?
your mic's on anymore. No, just lean into that computer.
That
Yeah, I
thing
know
is
the light's
on.
on.
She said,
Yeah, but you're coming through your computer mic for sure, Skis. Do you want us to go to Jackie while you figure it out?
How about this now? No, that's not right.
It sounds the same.
Now, is this better? Test.
Yes, there it is.
Yes, there you go.
Test. Oh, I
Okay.
figured it out. Craig? No.
Craig is.
I've infiltrated her mind.
Gretta?
Every single person just answers for Craig again.
I think Gretta was like really, really close to her villain arc, her Vark, if you will. I think she was very, very
Oh my
close.
goodness.
I think she was like extremely like. I think she could have very easily like gone further down. Like I feel like she had a little teeny tiny bit of a villain arc and then got out of it. But she would just be so consumed by like grief and guilt and sadness and shame that instead of facing those and processing those, she would just like dive into like self-pity and violence. And just like that would just spiral until she like became really, really monstrous, you know? I
That's
also
an
think
excellent
that
answer.
I also think that she was so desperate for like community and like as ashamed and guilty as she felt, she did still kind of want like some like just like love and validation, just like how those things that people want. I think that like just getting that from the hag. So I guess kind of similar to Craig, being surrounded by the wrong people. But I think that she like, if she like, it's like literally like, I think that it's like by the grace of God or by the grace of Maker that she like made it out of her villain arc. I don't think that she maybe would have on her own, or if she would have, it would have been like bad. So
that was a great answer, and this is a great question Micah asked.
Yeah.
Which also, we haven't said this in a while. Abby, you made a great character. You wrote a really good character.
Thank you.
You came in hot with that one.
I didn't mean to. I was just very sad when I made her.
Well, you were honest. You were honest at the table. And so something beautiful happened. It was really cool.
Well,
I mean, we would celebrate and enjoy whatever character you had brought to this campaign, even if it was a stinky little goober, but I'm very thankful this is the one you brought. I'll never forget Gretta. Sorry, good.
I'm so incredibly thankful for the opportunity to play Gretta. And I know that she's an imaginary halfling, but I truly, like, she has changed my life for the better. And I'm very grateful to play her. What did you say?
Jackie whispering into the mic. She's a gnome. Well, in the middle of you talking.
He is.
She's a gnome.
Sometimes my thoughts come out before I can stop them.
Listen,
I was thinking this week, I was like, I play a gnomish cleric. And then I was like, no, I don't. I play a halfling. But she is a gnome.
She's a gnome. She's a gnome.
Is she a gnome in the picture?
Yeah, she's a gnome everywhere. Well, actually, to be fair, the artwork looks more like a halfling than a gnome. To be fair,
I was thinking about D&D, and I was like, it's crazy that I always think that she's a gnome because she's a halfling. And she's a gnome.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, sorry.
No, that was an awesome answer. When I'm 70 and can't remember my name half the time, I will remember Ro and Craig and Gretta. Genuinely. I will remember that. Also, listener, while we're talking about correcting people on things, we had Jackie's birthday party, not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before, and Jackie decided to give us a quiz on how much we knew about her at her birthday party, which was much less self-absorbed than it sounds, but it was fun. And I can seem gracious on here, but that's because you haven't been in a class with me, and I'm a nerd.
You're really good.
And that's not what I'm saying. And a bad part came out of me where they were like, "There's a quiz," and I heard there's a grade, and I got real serious about it.
He did.
And let it be known forever that I lost to Abby by 3 points. And before we began, while everyone was working on their answers, Abby came to me and said, "Hey, let's share answers." And I said, "Okay." And I gave Abby about 4 or 5 answers. And then I said, "Hey, do you know Jackie's birthday?" And that was the bonus worth 3 points. And she said, "I can't tell you that." And then she just walked away, and she beat me by 3 points.
I want to say,
texted me
did
on
not
my
happen
birthday.
that way. It was a couple answers. We shared a couple answers, and then I did not give the birthday, which Hoffa knew.
Technically, it was the
which
bonus.
Zach knew, and also I feel
She
like
played the game and she
it
won.
I feel like it was the spirit. I feel like Jackie and I have a similar, like, I'm going to get this right, and I'm going to figure out how to get it right. And
Gretta might be a cleric, but Abby's a rogue.
No, I'm just saying.
Gretta might be a cleric, but Abby's a rogue.
Jackie and I play D&D. We figure it out, and we, like, connive, and however we figure it out,
Abby
we
rolled a
figure it
deception.
out. And I played the game.
She beat me. I failed.
With the spirit of figuring the game
Anyhow.
out. I'm just saying.
Anywho. Jibble, what would Rose Vark be? Also, Vark is excellent. I think it was Abby who said that. That was really funny. I want us to be in campaign 2, and we're halfway through, and the spoopy evil lord is raging whatever in the story, and someone's like, "Wow, this Vark goes hard." Guys, you seen this Vark? This is a good Vark, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, the Vark scared me last time. I was like, "Oh, Vark."
The Vark went so hard that I farted.
That was Vark fart. It's like an aardvark, but way worse. Anyway, I knew that was getting at Micah. Listener, when I make jokes and then you can only hear Jackie laughing, everybody's laughing. Everyone's laughing. Micah and Abby just do it silently.
I don't turn my
Anyway.
mic off as much as other people.
I'm very excited to stream because I think I play very visually. Like I'm always like using my
You do.
hands and making facial
That's what you do.
expressions. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. I'm also excited because I do laugh quietly a lot. And a lot of times I get so tickled about something that I have to mute myself and go like under the table to laugh. So I'm excited
Yes.
because it
Abby has
happens like,
laughing fits all the time.
it happens often, but you guys can't tell because I mute myself because I'm losing it.
I'm excited for a world where we would be streaming because Abby and Jackie, not that Micah doesn't, but Abby and Jackie are very visceral players. And when things get stressful, the faces they make are phenomenal.
That's true. We'll be
So,
like.
I hope people can witness that. They're funny faces.
So you want us to cry on camera is what you're asking for us to do.
Yes.
Okay. fine.
Rose, Vark.
My villain arc. I feel like maybe if Yenny hadn't have been at the orphanage, I feel like it
Way
goes
back.
all the way back to her childhood. I feel like if Yenny hadn't been kind of her main caretaker, like her maternal figure, if she'd have just grown up in an orphanage with some random people watching her and it wasn't as hands-on, I feel like there could have been in a parallel or different universe where Ro became like she went down not like the most evil path of all, but where
Yeah.
she just went down like she used her talents for bad and like maybe became like a half rogue, half bard who stole like she joined the brass company kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
and very
I was about
much
to say,
yeah.
I could see Ro becoming, understandably, for justifiable reasons, a resentful, embittered person
Yeah.
with an impeccable mask of charm and performance that never ended, and like becoming a rebel against the Kefkins, but a really violent one who wasn't particularly concerned about who got hurt, and like somebody in the brass company who's like, well, it serves me and I'm surviving.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I
definitely think without the guidance she had growing up, I feel like it could have easily turned that way.
Nice.
Big boobs.
I feel like I can think of two answers. One I think is funny. Another one's a little more genuine, though I'm not sure how imposing. The first funny one is, I think, just like, especially before you guys, or maybe like before where you guys are now in a much more meaningful relationship, probably just somewhere like, just like, just being his bubbly self, but at a much less meaningful level, and just someone one more time disregards him or does not, takes for granted something he's doing, and just one last time he's like, why don't you say thank you? And just, like just snapping. And then I think he'd be a really excellent villain, because I think he'd be a terribly ineffectual one. Like just a bad, not good, like a derpy little like sidekick, in like a villain animated comedy or something. If we're trying to be any more serious, I could see Spagoober becoming a villain. I could see Spagoober becoming a villain in a world where the Count gets everybody.
Ooh.
Where he's sunk his heart into the fun guys, and the Count shows up and did what he did on the ship, and then when you guys go and face him, you don't beat him and you lose. And Spagoober's like sunk his heart into everyone, and then he's left without anyone. And like maybe even a world where, because I think as long as Spagoober has someone to care for, he'll be all right. But like, let's say maybe Nom had died too. Like in a world where it's just Spagoober on the poor bet, I could see him finally reaching a darker place, feeling abandoned, feeling disheartened, and I I could see that world. So, if we were
Glad
trying to get
didn't
more
happen.
scenarios. No, didn't happen. He's not at that place. I mean, this is the cool thing about the VARC question is it's a bunch of stuff about what didn't happen, which is really cool.
I love it when things don't happen.
I love when
I love it when things don't happen. Abby, 2026. That's
this
Dang
could be
it,
a
Abby, listen.
T-shirt.
I love it when things
okay. We're gonna start here in a second. We have a very important session ahead of us, but I have to tell you guys something. Last Friday we had a Legend of the New One session, and it was a session. We'll talk about it after that. But they at the beginning, we were talking about something, and I mean, you know, Kara's has her bachelor's and master's in geology and geophysics, and is not like a practicing researcher, but is working in a scientific capacity. And Andrea's getting her PhD and is like a scientist. And so like everybody's sciencey. And we said something about women.
You guys are really smart. I'm
They
just
are.
kidding.
Yeah, so
You
we
guys
said
really
something
are
about
really
women.
smart. It's awesome.
We said something about women in STEM. And then there was like a little dip in conversation. We went back to talking, and Andrea got really quiet, and she went, and we all looked at her, and she went, women in sorcery, thaumaturgy, and elemental magic. And we were like, we need that shirt! And we were like losing our mind, and everyone was like, oh, we need that shirt! And Jonathan commented on the Patreon episode that was posted and was like, I want that shirt, women in STEM. So it was, I really want a
would
shirt
wear
now that
that.
says
Yeah.
women in STEM, and then on the back it says sorcery, thaumaturgy, and elemental magic. Like, that's so good.
That's
That
so
is
cool.
awesome.
I love that.
If we're ever successful enough to make merch, dibs. Nobody take it. We're
Nobody
making that
take
shirt.
it. Don't take
Nobody's
it.
take
Your
it.
fingers.
Ours.
This
Thinker.
is the proof right
Copyright.
here that it was thought of
We said it.
by our people.
Anywho. Are we ready to biggity roll? Okay. Well, I don't care. So we're just gonna get going. No, I care. I just won't be stopped.
He won't be stopped. Stop.
with-
I have a headache.
There's like
Okay.
a little bit of a lag. Really funny.
It is, yeah, that's happening for me too. It's funny. And it's happening sometimes and not others.
Oh,
Jickle.
ooh.
Oh, I have to talk to the note-taking nerds. Sorry.
You said Jickle, what? Jickle what?
First of all, Jickle, it was CB called 12th last we left off, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So for my, and then the very last thing that happened, I should have gone back and listened more recently to the last episode, but the very last thing that happened was Shisti went splody and all the bones fell down, and then you guys destroyed the phylactery, right? What is it, baby?
Yes, that is what
Okay,
I
come here.
something else.
You can get it, baby. You don't have to feel guilty. Okay. Go get Chick-fil-A. That made Micah smile. She does. Go get him, Preggers. What were you saying, Jickle? You're saying it was the last thing?
I can't remember. I know after that we healed a few people, but then I don't remember what happened.
That's basically it, right?
I think so. I don't think Abby, do you remember anything else happened after that? I don't think it did.
Were we flying back or no?
Yeah, I did. I think you guys just left off with, like, I think you like left the building, and then I think that was that.
The fun guys have left the building.
Okay. All right, cool. I just want to make sure I had it all right. Okay, sick. Well then, in that case, we'll get to it.
No.
I think I had the music up a little high just then. I'm gonna adjust that. I hadn't started it yet.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
was like, where's it at though? 'Cause
Note-taking
it's
nerds.
all the way up.
This is episode 172 of the Accidental Adventures.
I thought it was
A breath.
173.
No, the next one's gonna wait. Shoot.
It is.
Why am I?
I'm so
always-
sorry.
Well, actually, I know why I'm wrong. It's because I've had to reschedule everything 7 times. That's why I'm always wrong. Which is fine. I'm not bitter about that. But it's because I've had to move everything 12 times.
So what episode
actually,
is
I
it?
don't feel badly. It's 173. I apologize.
Wow, we're so close to 200.
And
We
I don't
are.
think we're gonna get there.
You know what's crazy? The other campaign is at 247.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
it is. Okay, sorry. Episode 173, A Breath.
Like, is it one word, two words?
Like a, pause, breath is in the noun, not the verb.
Right.
No, like a.
You didn't tell us what
breath.
day it is.
That's because that comes next.
No!
So it's episode 173, A Breath. It's a level 16 adventure. Because the groups won't quit fighting boss level things, so they're flying through the levels.
And whose fault is
The date is 3488 PB. Call the 13th. We've just stretched into the new part of the day.
So is it like, is it
Long
just
labor.
like midnight? What's happening?
Yeah, actually, it's like just after.
After midnight.
Okay, Jackie's avoiding things. Let's get it.
I am. It's a Mac.
Also.
It's a Mac.
Oh, yes, on that. Thank you, Jackie.
Sorry.
No, I want to have that for my notes. That's helpful. AMMECH.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I just waved to one of my neighbors from inside my house.
Mm-hmm.
Is that weird?
No.
Okay.
Depends.
I just walking by and like I've seen like we wave to each other sometimes, but I'm inside my house.
I've waved to people from my window.
Okay, because like
I just don't wave from the toilet.
Well,
So
no.
got Micah with that one again, 2 for 2. Fun guys.
No.
Oh, sorry. One more. I'm gonna just kind of hand wave something really quickly. Daniel's not here. And
yeah.
I'm gonna give a slightly unreasonable exit from the story for Vangrim in that, like, I don't want to, like, we have a lot of important things today, and I don't want to get stuck for a long time in, like, you guys doing important role play for a player who's not here. You know, you guys would be like, Vangrim, and so he's gone. So, we will say that you guys have had a bit. Interpret that as you will. Half an hour, 2 minutes. I don't really care. After Shista's death and destroying the phylactery, and the Warriors of the Well have their own pressing business. They are also in the middle of missions, and Alondra is in communication with the rest of the Manibus, and so you all having slain Shista and her army falling apart, and then having destroyed the phylactery, and the storm starting to fall apart. Oh, that was the last thing. You walked out of the tower and then saw the storm starting to break. Yeah, that's right. Seeing the storm starting to break. Alondra would have. Hey, that's okay. Nervousness does that to us. Alondra reached out to the rest of the Manibus and let them know that, like, hey, the mission is done. And so you all were not outside, but for like a couple minutes before there was a rushed teleportation of another member. We'll say that Gumbertimp arrived, and he bid you all like a brief salutations, thanked you for everything you were doing, and you had some exchanges with Rongrim before he was whisked away to the rest of the party, to the Warriors of the Well. So just setting the scene. Nobody needs to be thinking about him. Nobody needs to be about worrying. We're role-playing with him. And if you want, you can have said meaningful things to him before he went away. There could have been a whole exchange.
Meaningful things when
Me too.
he went away.
There we go.
Very meaningful things.
Very good.
I gave him a fist bump.
I was about to say, he and Craig could have had one last like predator bicep handshake thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are they predators? They don't eat.
Predators?
I thought they were vegan.
It's okay. Abby
I
doesn't know
thought they were vegan.
that reference, and that's okay.
I do know that reference. Just because I make a joke about it doesn't mean I don't know it. Just pretend that I don't know things because it's funny, and people assume that I actually don't, and then they're like, oh, and I'm like, I know it was a joke.
The party stands outside of the immense and bizarre structure of Blackfang in the ruined land of Zorgrum, with broken stone all around and litanies of scattered bleached bones now, just
They
all
all
over
fell,
the place.
right?
Just inert. Yeah, just scattered wherever they were. In not so much piles as just like messes all over the ground. And none of the towers beyond Black Fang remain visible in the distance. All seem to have fallen. And the storm is not gone, but it is steadily like breaking and falling apart. That black, dark clouds are just moving. It's also a little hard to tell because as you all look up, it is very much the middle of night. Just having crossed the threshold of midnight into early morning. And you all look up at, and where you can see the cloud dissipating and the dark heavens opening is some places you can see some ambient light, the silhouette of the clouds, but more it's just where stars are being revealed, no longer being shielded by shadow. There's a thick band of stars, and the galaxy stretches across, and then the other dimmer line of light behind it, which is none of you all would be able to interpret the second in your galaxy, but those two bands of light moving across. We've talked about that briefly before.
I know.
The second one is not always visible. Sometimes it is, depending on your position. Only Twilo is in the sky, because at this time of the year, Twilo and Twila are very far apart. You're just being able to see it. And in that incredibly dark expanse, you all still have your various sources of light lighting you, but now you don't even have the diffused light from the clouds above. It is a dark landscape, and you can only barely make out all the bones around as their white surface reflects the very dim moonlight coming down. And behind you in the pitch black is just that dead silent court where the Lich Queen is destroyed and her many boned servants are gone, where blast marks from spells and magical weapons litany and litter and scrape the floors, and you all are just battered, bleeding and wounded, some of you with broken bones, some of you with severe lacerations, internal bleeding, and magic has stemmed everything at your various states, but you all are in the condition you're in, exhausted and spent. Boz is very quiet. He's basically just leaned up against a large stone, resting as he recovered from death not long ago. And Tello is just bent over taking a breath, and the party is just there, exhausted. With a couple light sources. Craig can have Star Splinter out, shining light. You know, Boz is all disco, however you guys want to do it. What'd that party do?
Go ahead. I was just gonna ask. It's dark out, but like you said, all the towers have fallen. But is there any like smoke or fire or anything from any of those towers?
Give me a perception check. First, roll a light.
Ooh.
Maya Muzar curled up next to me and she's snoring. It's really cute.
That's a dirty 30 as my first roll as a 30-year-old.
Jeez.
That was so fun.
Wow. Your first roll of the session is a 30. Your first roll of level 16 is a 30. And your first roll of your 30s is a 30. That's awesome.
I rolled an 18, but with my modifier. It's a 30.
That's crazy. Ro, you scan the landscape. It is difficult. It was going to be like DC 25 because it's so hard to see in this darkness at such distance. But as you scan it with the silhouette, you can see far off. There is a trail. Like, it's not really making out color or detail in the landscape because everything's too dark for that. But it's more that, like, you are looking for contrast of silhouette, absence of dim sources of light, and as you look, you can see far off there does appear to be a column of like deeper darkness rising up, which you would assume to be some sort of smoke. It's also, it might be dust from the structure falling.
Yeah.
But you can see one of those somewhere out there, but you're not seeing any sources of light at the moment.
Okay.
I think I'd like to send to Alondra.
Okay. Spell slot or the stone?
The stone, please.
Okay. You can have it on you. I bet Craig didn't have that in his mouth for the fight.
The whole fight?
Mike is doing a baby bird feeding right now on camera. Greta, you pull out the stone and you grasp it and you feel a mental connection.
Okay.
Jackie
Greta's
just
probably still
breathed a sigh of relief.
a little bit out of breath. She's, it's done. She's gone.
Greta, you can't quite finish your sentence before you hear, come as quickly as you can. Come immediately. Come to me. I don't know how you can find me, but come as quickly as you can.
Okay. I disconnect the connection. Okay.
I'm guessing Greta relayed that, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna try and use. I don't have like locate person or locate object.
You don't have it prepared, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do we remember? She didn't tell us anything
the far
exactly.
south to the mountain. She was fighting there, like from whence you came, the path of your entry. Kind of like only a slight rotation around the tower, around the mouth, and then just kind of straight south. Where that larger peak was, is where you all broke from the shadow of the mountain and began your assault. And that's where she and Atalia and the golems were distracting so many of the undead forces. So that's your best guess, but you're not aware of anything else. If you had different magical means, you could try to employ them.
I'm gonna I'm gonna use a divine intervention to see if I can get us there.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that.
I was gonna say,
absolutely.
Want us to like fly around or something, Greta? Or like Boz could wild shape and I could turn into an eagle and try to find her from the skies, or
Greta's gonna she's gonna like pull out her notebook and just start like flipping through it. I need to it's a deep mark. And she's gonna like she's like looking through it like she's trying to find like an answer for something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna ask like, where is Alondra? Take us there if you can. Oh,
do you want to roll that play, my dude? I know you're rolling die, but you want to roll that play?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Like, do you want to do that in character instead of just describing it?
Oh yeah. I was like, roll that play. What do you mean?
Roll play.
What dice is that?
I don't know that die. What's the D play?
I'm missing one of my Gretta dice. That's very upsetting.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
That's not good.
Is it anywhere among your other bag?
That's what I'm gonna worry about that
Gotcha.
at a different time because it might be with Teller's dice.
Not to jinx you, but I've yet to misplace a die I did not later find, if that's of any encouragement.
Right, because they all kind of stay in the same space.
And they tend to be reflective, and they don't go that far.
Yeah. So she's going to. What's she gonna do? She's gonna flip through her notebook, and she's like she's looking for an answer for something, and she can't quite find it, and she's going to she's just gonna like kind of mumble out loud. She says, "Where is Alondra? Take us there if you can."
Okay. Roll those dice.
Well, I have all of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Misplaced them.
That's okay. Happens to the best of us.
And miscounted.
So now that you have just leveled up, Abby, a 16 or lower will do it.
Okay, 16 or lower. Ah!
Very difficult to roll, but
yes, very difficult. Okay, so I said, "Where is Alondra? Take us there if you can." Where'd my kid go? He hates me.
Probably just. She said, "I can't look." Probably just adjusting her signal.
Oh, that's a 93. So.
That is very much the opposite of what you want.
Yeah.
But most people never get a divine intervention, so still up on the majority of players.
Micah.
I accidentally clicked off into a Quizlet flashcard. I was trying to see.
What were you studying?
Oh.
Okay. Greta, as you sit there with your book and flip through the pages and you offer your plea, a breeze moves by you but this place feels repelling to the divine.
Yeah.
And you swear you almost hear a whisper in your ear, but it's like having a bad connection on a call. The voice gets like drowned out in the more nebulous like currents of the wind, and it sounds like almost words, and you feel like that Ayun couldn't quite reach in this moment in this place.
Okay.
Boz can turn in the bronze dragon wormling can carry us all, right? It's a medium dragon, it says.
It's medium?
Yeah.
No, because a horse is large.
Oh, okay.
So that means it's like a little bigger than y'all.
Okay.
Now it is a little bigger, and a
yeah.
lot of you all are small, so it can get most of you. Like Tello could ride, and then you and Greta are so small that you could both probably ride if he's gonna have his pace, or you could get like Craig and Greta and Ro on there, but then Tello couldn't ride. And
Yeah.
So on.
Okay.
We have the broom.
Should I think Balls and I should just turn into giant eagles, right? And we go up and try to find her?
Well,
Greta's-
Greta and I have the broom,
Oh, that's true.
which I'm getting accustomed to riding.
Okay, so if Balls wild shapes, then yeah. I think I'm gonna have Boz. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I know we're not
Boz
in battle,
offers,
but,
and
like,
he goes, yeah, I got you. And he gets down on all fours, and he goes, I won't make an egg. And then he just transforms, massively elongating and growing in size, and bronze metal rips out from underneath his skin, and before a moment, with a flourish of auburn leaves, he is the bronze dragon wormling.
Before we go, I'm gonna say, Greta's still like furiously flipping through her spell book, and she's gonna like look up to Ro and be like, "Do you think we have? Never mind."
Well, do you think we have time for?
I could scry on her, but that takes a lot of time.
Well,
It does.
I'm
You think
worried.
it's worth
Do you
it?
think she's still fighting something? Is why we need to get
Do you
there?
want to make
or
an insight check for me, Greta?
Sure, but I've decided. So
It just always eases this group when I let you guys make a die roll instead of a decision.
It does. It's an emotional support die roll.
that's 24.
A 24. That's good. It was DC 8.
Okay.
It sounded terribly urgent.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna hop
Let's
on.
go.
I'm gonna hop on Bronze Boz and
Excellent.
be like, Craig.
I'm like,
Hi ho, bronze away. Craig, your wings have actually finally run out. Because you guys have been here for a long, long time. They're around a while, but they have a time limit. I assume you get on behind Ro.
Yeah.
I assume you climb on top of Boz behind Ro, and then you guys get going.
Yeah.
Greta, as you I was a good use of that. I was a good use of that picture. Greta, as you climb atop the that's your Vark starting. As you climb atop the broom, Tello gets on behind you, and you all both. Well, the broom just silently into the night, and then the wings start up, and you guys are in the air. It is a completely dark landscape, and Craig has his blade out, and it shines, but you all are trying to search a landscape vast and dark, and Craig's sword shines for like.
Wait! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah?
have an ability.
Okay.
I have to find my master dog.
Okay. If anyone
I
also
have
wants to be a way to
Something
even
sense.
I need to find the master
divine
dog.
sense.
Probably.
Divine sense lets you know if there's evil stuff within 60 feet.
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, wait, let me find. Why is it so
Okay.
hard to find?
Control F
Why
is also
is
a
it
thing.
so
You
hard to
could
find?
you could control F sense, my dude.
I did divine, and I'm getting divine smite. Okay.
Boz as a dragon wormling has like
Hey,
is proficient in perception. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Wait, guys.
Micah,
It says the presence of strong evil registers senses like a noxious odor, but powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears.
Holy
As
crap!
an
And Alondra's
Oh.
hanging out with a gold dragon, an ancient gold dragon. You would pick that up,
Let's go, Greg.
Micah.
Let's
That's
go, Craig.
genius. Well, to what distance?
60 feet.
Okay. But that means if you guys get within visual range, you'll also hear it, and that's pretty cool.
My divine
Anyway, the
intervention
party's
should
flying in the
then-
dark. Is anyone trying to light up the landscape or find some sort of magical means of finding where you're going? Because it's a little hard to navigate at the moment.
Can Bronze Boz do a perception check with his?
Bras, I believe it is. I'm actually going to need you guys. So perception check is looking.
Okay.
You all are trying to
that's
navigate back to the last place
back.
you knew her. This is going to be a survival check, but that would make it Boz's worm dragon or dragon wormling stats rather than his stat.
Yeah.
So if you guys want, someone else could be trying to make that check for navigation. You also don't know that that's where Alondra is if you don't have another method of looking for her.
I mean, I have proficiency in my navigation, so would
Sure.
you guys like me to do
Sure.
that?
Yeah.
And feel free to be doing as much
Oh,
roleplay
that's
as you
not
like in
great.
this session.
I didn't roll great, you guys. That's a 15.
Okay.
Everyone
not the
needs to be very
worst.
quiet so I can listen for the bells.
I can hear the bell.
Craig is feeling very very Polar Express right now. I can't hear it.
You believe.
Everybody shut up. I have to believe.
You're not believing or enough.
Ro, you kind of like pull on I mean, you can't reach the horns on his head, but you can reach the spines coming out of Boz's neck as you lean them to one side. He tilts in a direction, and you believe you are navigating generally southward. You also feel that you can just barely make out the silhouette of that larger mountain in the which is a small mountain itself, but the largest geographical affect of this landscape. You feel like you're navigating toward its direction. So
Okay.
you feel like you're going generally in that way.
How far off the ground are we? How high up are we?
How far would you all like to be?
Within 60 feet. So
Okay. So,
Wow.
4 or 5 stories off of the ground. The party is just and moving through the landscape.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a thing, a question.
Mm-hmm.
This might be really stupid. My side of past paths. Does it like light up footsteps? Like, could I?
Yes.
So
only
yeah.
to you. So you pull out the side
Yeah,
of
it would
past
be to
paths.
me. Yeah, and
and
look
you-
and find Alondra. Think Alondra.
Yeah. You hold onto it very tightly
This
and
is
you
so
peer through
silly.
it. It looks like she has not walked through this abandoned, hellish landscape. And then you go, oh yeah, right. And you put the side of past paths away. Yeah.
We were like a mile and a half from where we started, right? Okay.
Yep. But you're flying
I'm
quickly.
gonna-
Okay.
You're making good
I'm
time.
gonna call her back on the sending stone. I'm gonna
We're on our
say,
way.
we're heading towards you. Where are you?
You're recording.
We think we're heading towards you. I don't know.
Sorry, Hoffa was talking to me. What were you saying?
I'm gonna call her back on the sending stone, and I'm gonna say, I think we're on our way. Where are you?
It's quiet for a second. And she just says, Eastmost Tower.
Okay.
Take your time.
Oh.
He's gone.
Oh. Okay. I relay that to the group.
Okay. Greta
I
shouts
think
that
Greta-
over the wind.
Yeah, Greta just kind of like shouts it and then veers that way.
Okay. Could you make a navigation check, person who does not have a compass or inherently know where the cardinal directions are?
Oh, she just asks Ro.
Yeah, just
Does anyone do anything in character and roleplay at any point? It's all been very above table so far.
Do you guys remember who was at the East Tower?
Someone can make a history check for me if they want. Also, everyone's shouting to each other over the wind.
Yeah.
You guys can even be flying pretty... Actually, the loudest sound is Boz's...
Yeah. I'm going to make a history check. Do I have to make a history check or do I just know?
Oh, keen mind. You do remember who went to the... Well, you remember the two groups who broke eastward. No one told you, like, hey, it's exactly
but it
this.
was...
You remember the two groups that broke most eastward were Sir Paulo Coelho, Kettle the Thunderhand, and the security golem that went with them. And then the other one was Ehmund Kai, Thespis, and Kaladra.
I knew that was one of the groups.
And
she said he. So there's like there's 6 different people it could be. 4 different people it could be?
So anybody making a check?
You what?
I touch my head. I touch my head. And I just lay on my hands with hit points.
I thought you said kill. I was really confused.
I touch my head and blow it up.
That was not.
We're back to the first episode type feel.
From behind Ro, there is a brief flash of golden light, and Craig, some of your wounds knit themselves slightly. Is anyone making a survival check to find it in the dark?
I will.
Or is perhaps the person with
keen mind using a cardinal direction to know automatically?
Well, I know my cardinal direction. Yes, I go. I say, I know where east is. And I pat balls and say, you go that way.
Okay, excellent. As you pull on the spine and tilt his head, Boz lets out like a roar and then changes direction. Gretta and Tello follow because they cannot automatically find that direction. And as you all begin veering into the darkness, now you all can be trying to give me perception checks to try and find where you're headed. So you can either have one person give me a check, or you can repeat the check between multiple people with increasing DCs. Up to you.
What do you guys want to do?
I rolled bad.
Okay, so what'd you get, Abby?
Can I cast guidance on myself?
with one hand on the broom and the wind whipping in her gray hair, which is all kind of silhouettes at this time. Greta grasps her pendant in the other hand. There's a flash of green magic.
I say I got 11.
Okay. Greta, you're not making out much in the dark.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Not making out much in the dark.
Not a good deal better. You all are having a difficult time in the landscape.
Can I do Boz as his wormling?
You can.
Okay.
The DC is increasing.
Oh, that's a nat 1. Oh no.
Okay. Wait, is navigation intelligence or like what's the base?
Well,
Perception. The check that we're making is wisdom.
Okay. Okay.
The party searches in the dark. You all search. What works in your effort is that Ro is excellent with her directions. And so, Ro, you have like this internal sense that you can you feel the distant thrum of Agba practically through the earth. Like a homing signal in your head. And you every once in a while no, I feel like it's a little more to the right. And you tilt Boz's head and he's being perceptive to it, rotating. But you all are searching. In adjusting your course for travel and making up the time of flying, you all are searching for about 10 minutes. Trying to find where you are.
Revivify. Okay,
Finally.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask if I needed to roll again.
And at some point, Craig, as you all are moving in the darkness, you hear a sonorous thrum in your ear. And you feel like, as dark as it is, you guys are having trouble visually making stuff out, but you feel like distantly, maybe even a little outside of the realm of your ability, you're hearing a chime to your right, like a single note mellifluously repeating.
To the right. To the right.
Okay. As Craig shouts, Ro responds, Gretta veers, and searching in the dark. Enough of you all have dark vision. Actually, very few of you have dark vision, but enough. I think it's like Gretta and Craig, but through some shouting over the wind, you guys, the broom comes down and Boz lands, and you all can dismount in the broken stone in a mess of skeletons scattered, just bones everywhere. The great majority of them just bones scattered on the ground, and maybe 500 or 600 feet in the distance is just the ruins of a tower, shattered and smashed around. Some of the stone, there's like char marks in the ground, but I guess you probably wouldn't be able to make that out in the dark. And as you all land and the light bathes the area, it picks up the millions of brilliant gold scales of that massive golden dragon, towering and coiled. And she sits with her head kind of like hung slightly somberly resting, the like fluid metal tentacles hanging off of her face, barbells like catfish have, like hanging, and her wings are relaxed, and her musculature is, in this moment, she kind of looks like an incredibly detailed, gorgeous statue, picking up the light all off of you. And there is, among all of the skeletons, as you all kind of jog forward, yourselves badly wounded and exhausted, having had very little break from your mortal experience. As you all near, you can see Alondra there, knelt forward. She has at her side, you put together that they've had time to pick up survivors. And Alondra is on her knees, cradling someone's head, but beside her is, and she has the white necklace, that stone pendant along her neck is shining with light that's diffusing 30 feet of bright light and 30 feet of dim, providing quite a bit of light to the darkness. And in the area now, you can see there's a lot more bones where you all are. Like after the tower fell, a lot more fighting continued, and like fighting happened here quite a bit, and there's blood scattered quite a few places, and burn marks in the ground, and more like shattered fragments of skeletons and scattered weapons. And next to Alondra is standing, terribly wounded, and actually part of her face very badly necroted, and like her cheek somewhat caved in, and her hair burnt away at this part, and actually her left ear missing. Is that little halfling lady, the rogue in her dark armor, who is just still as a stone, not speaking. It's hard to tell if she's in shock or just stoic, but she is quiet. Next to her as well, kind of kneeling silently, with a mace in the ground and a hand at the top of the mace, and the forehead pressed into the gauntleted hand, is the dark-skinned dwarven man in his goldish silvery armor, Sir Paulo Coelho, who you met. The friend you all had from the Blood Bowl seems to have survived, though his armor is dented, it's torn open in places. His cape is mostly burned away, and most of his dreads are burned off. And actually, I don't think he had dreads. I don't remember. But he's badly wounded, but he just appears to be kneeling and praying in some sort of a vigil. And lastly, kind of standing a distance away, watching the darkness, as if maintaining a watch, assuming all danger gone, but keeping watch, so to speak, over it all, is that large dragonborn woman, the white dragonborn, the paladin of Eldath, Gazrash Eth, who you met. She's standing observing the landscape. She no longer has her weapon in her hand, so either it's not like it might have been lost even, and her left arm is not there. There's actually bandages up near the shoulder, and there's a lot of blood soaked into them. It looks like it was removed forcefully. And she is holding just one of the ruined, rusted swords of this landscape. And it's like dimly glowing with magic, as if it's magical in her hand for the time. And her shield strapped to her back as it no longer goes over her arm. She's just watching in the darkness. In this place, you do not see the dwarven woman who is armored. You do not see the blue-skinned Triton caster that you met, Telialia. You do not see Tilgan, the fighter, the dwarven lady. You do not see the large frog woman, Gliblin, who you met, that Rangrim got along with. You do not see Kim, Kimden, the servant cleric woman from Zedge. You do not see Kettle, your Loxodon friend from the Blood Bowl. And you do not see Nyogweni, the Leonin barbarian who had encouraged you the morning of. Who you can see some distance away. There is, it looks like Gajras took off her cloak and has laid it over a body some distance away. Even that cloak is soaked with some blood, and you cannot see a person beneath it. The head is covered in most of the body, but there is a single dark gray hand protruding from the side of the cloak. And you all can put together easily enough that the only drow person here was Kaladra.
Wow. Oh.
Your wizard friend. Appears to have died here, and what respects that can be paid have been given to her. Lastly, where you all stand, Thespis is his body facing upward. He's been pulled up with his head laid against a stone, and there's this really heavy impact cave mark in the front of his chest plate that is punched in kind of a little more to the right pectoral. And the metal is tinged with like a rusty blood color all around, and he has a very pale hue. And his weapons are kind of laid beside him in a sort of resting position, and he is motionless with his eyes closed. In the individual, armor mostly stripped away, terrible burns all over the torso. In Alandra's arms, with his head in her hands, is Efmund Kai. Whose shield is beside him, and his mace beside as well. This is the scene to which you all arrive.
I take off running to Alandra.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I say, what can I do? What can I do? Do you have any diamonds? I can resurrect if I have the diamonds.
She looks up at you, hopefully. Yes.
I have 3 revivify, but no resurrection diamonds.
She mutters, "Do you speak Elven, Ro?"
No.
She mutters something under her breath where you can hear it in Elven. And like you can see tears stream through soot and dust on her cheeks. But also she has tear marks in her robes, and her white robes are stained with blood in some places. There is one golem standing next to her, and it is trashed, and you don't see any of the other 9 they brought. And it's also kind of watching visual, and it's in rough shape. But she slips a hand into a component pouch at her side, and she pulls out a sizable, finely cut diamond. And she opens her hand and she says, I assumed that if we moved beyond that more narrow time frame, it would be out of your capability.
Is that the only one?
This is the time in which I possess. For the Archpriest, I assume.
Yeah. Ro takes it.
She hands it to you.
And, wait a minute. Crap, this may not... I wasn't thinking.
You don't have the spell slot?
I don't have the spell slot.
Oh.
I knew I had the... I mean, it can... This is above table, me asking this. Like, how resurrection works, like, it doesn't have to be right away. It says...
But you've got a long time on it.
Yeah, no more than a century. So...
Plenty of time.
Okay. I back as Ro. She, like, goes to grab it and then, like, curses under her breath and is like, I can't right now, but if I rest, I can.
You're spent. And she closes her palm and slides it back into her bag. She rubs her thumb on his temple and she says, I'm sorry, friend.
Ro, like, puts her hand on his hand.
And she looks toward Thespis. He lives, if just. But none of us retain any healing capability.
I
If you
run
even-
over. Yeah.
Okay, Gretta's there first.
I run over and I
Quick little steps.
cast. Cure wounds is more, right? I always forget.
Mm-hmm.
I cast.
Yeah, it's more
Cure-
because you have to touch.
I cast Cure Wounds at the 5th level.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of healing.
And I want to say, as she's casting it, I think Ro runs over and she grabs his hand and is watching Gretta do it.
So 1d8, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is that 5d8s?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get my dates. That's a date. That's a date. That's a date. Sorry, I'm taking forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus spell modifier.
You all are just kind of absorbed in that silence as Gretta rushes over and bathes him in small waves of green energy.
That's a 20. That's 23.
Okay.
And like I said, Ro runs over and she's holding his hand while Greta's curing him.
Is he conscious?
Well,
Well,
there's a lot of overlapping speech.
Alright, Craig is gonna still be with Ethmund Kai. Abby, go on.
Is Thespis conscious?
As the energy washes over him,
I'm sorry. Hold on. DM,
Yeah.
I casted it too high of a level. I didn't have any.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back. Do you want me to re-roll or just take a dice away?
You can just take a die off. We don't have to
Okay.
work that hard.
Okay, so
Die have an average value of 4. We'll call it 19. Understood.
okay. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm over here not upset. In the same way, there is a labored breath and then... and he's still eyes closed, but his breathing evens. You can hear some struggling to breathe, some ragged... But he seems to be with you. Craig, you stand there. Alondra's light bathing over you, and you're just looking down at Epmund. Lifeless. The man who watched over your family. The man who gave you Star Splinter. He looks...
This game is too personal. Ugh. Dang it, Zach. Why'd you have to get me so emotionally connected to freaking not real characters? And I know we're gonna revive him, but oh my gosh. I think, like, in that moment, Craig is gonna, like, kneel beside him. And he's gonna, like, kind of, put his hand, like, on his, like, face. Or, like, on his, like, forehead.
Forehead, yeah.
He's just gonna, say, like, a quiet prayer to the Maker of, like, keep him at peace until we can bring him back. Keep him rested and at the surface until we can bring him home.
Oh.
He's a man of deserving honor. A good man. Yeah.
As you cry over that prayer, Craig, Paolo comes from where he is praying and stands behind you and puts his head on your shoulder, or his hand on your shoulder. He doesn't say a word, but he stands there in vigil too, one paladin beside another, and he observes in silence. Maybe not being as personally connected, but feeling the weight. Alondra breathes heavily. She seems laden with emotion, but it seems like she has spent everything she has to spend, and that she has no more tears to give at the moment. She just says, I'm not much one for moments of emotion, of display. But there is a cleric among the walls of the realm, Eweg of Eldath. And she kind of seems to look to the space where Kimden last was. And when she says Eldath, Gizras sort of like turns her head slightly for a moment, then goes back to watching the darkness, and she says, he sang it to a tune. I do not recall, but he told me once that among his people there was a song they would sing over the lost. And then she gets out her phone while she suddenly forgets the lore she wrote 6 years ago.
Would Ro know of this song by any chance?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Different religion, other side of the world.
Okay.
Where you follow? Yes. She recalls it suddenly, and she doesn't need to get out on her iPhone. She continues to hold Efmoon's head, and she says, where you go, we cannot follow. But we were thankful for all the time that we borrowed. Where you go, we cannot follow. For where you are, there is no more sorrow. Where you go, we cannot follow. So I'll see you then, friend. In tomorrow. She just kind of sits into her hip a little bit. You all are left there in that quiet.
Oh, I didn't even get to say thank you. Gotta bring him back.
I think Ro is still over by Thespis and like still holding on to his hand, but I think she's like really quietly just muttering her Saloon prayers and like holding on to like with her other hand like her maker symbol and her Saloon symbol, and just like kind of just like in a trance muttering for him and for Efmoon Kai, and just kind of she's over by Thespis, but she's just kind of like staring at like in the direction of F Moon Kai and just like in a cycling trance almost.
DM, can I do either a medicine check or an arcana check to figure out 6 people that need healing the most?
It would be medicine, but you can see that the people around you are stable. The wounds that remain are greater. They're lost limbs. The people that are here are stable.
Okay.
Rest is what they need.
Okay.
Just go for it.
Could I do a strategy check to see would it be worth it to use the long rest in a bottle potion to get all my spell slots back?
You can make the strategy check.
Resurrect F Moon Kai.
Oh, shit. I had thought about that.
What was the question?
Because we have the long rest in a bottle, and obviously I would have Ro ask everyone what they thought before she actually took it. But I wanted to do a strategy check to see if it was. I got a 15 to see if it'd be like if that's like the right move, if that's worth it.
With a 15 row, you're very aware that there are just decisions here, right?
Yeah.
You are ultimately, it is up to you to weigh out this choice. You are aware, this isn't supposed to move you one direction or another. Mm-hmm. You're aware that Alondra spoke of the great time and effort it took to produce that. Mm-hmm. And that it is an incredible resource for a moment of need. And were there to be any other great conflicts in your future, that would be an indispensable tool.
Yeah.
But with a 15, you also consider that as equally as indispensable a tool as an ally. Mm-hmm. And saving F Moon's life would be an incredible boon to your cause. Both are very strategically viable decisions, which is a disappointing answer. Yeah. But you see the value and strategy in both, and you are left simply to the decision that you would make. They both make a great deal of sense.
I think after a while, because we're all sitting there for quite a while, right? Mm-hmm. I think I would kind of almost mumble out of my trance to try to get Greta and Craig's attention. Mm-hmm. and just ask their thoughts on the matter.
I think Craig is gonna come up and start talking to you about it. Jaci, is that spell can it be used tomorrow?
Resurrection? Yeah, resurrection. So you touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century that didn't die of old age and that isn't undead. If its soul is free and willing, the target returns to life with all its hit points. And so I guess that's my... as Ro, I'm explaining the spell to you. I guess that's my concern. I've never cast it before, and I don't know if that's if time would be of the essence.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know that?
You know the spell.
Or a religion check, maybe?
You know the spell, and you are aware of what Ro just told you, that you have a sentry.
But I think that Ro was saying that she's worried about the free and willing part. That maybe there's some sort of thing that can happen.
Yeah.
So that might be
You can give me a religion check.
Okay.
Can I assist?
No.
Maybe I don't need it. Oh. I needed it a little bit.
I needed it a little bit.
22.
A 22, you said?
Yeah. Didn't need it that bad.
Okay. You are aware, Greta, that this spell will be potent for a very long time. So in that way, you have a great deal of time. But with a heart betrothed to a deity such as this, within a certain period of time, it might change the effect that spell could have, for better and for worse. That at some point, Saloon may lay claim to Ahmund. Good for him, but a loss for you all.
Good for him.
You are also aware with a 22 that some gods choose to permit their servants to return for a time. So Saloon, it would be her choice that she might release Ahmund to you to continue to be useful, or she might choose that he has given enough.
Okay. But do I kind of get the sense, and maybe if I need to roll again, but do I kind of get the sense that isn't going to change a whole lot between now and 8 hours from now?
You are,
That's true.
you get the feeling
24,
that
but
if this time frame is changing, it's probably changing quickly. This is probably the time that would matter, not so much tomorrow. By tomorrow, it will be tomorrow.
Got it. Okay. Okay, I relay this, and I say, I think Saloon is a very merciful. She seems.
I'm not
Fine.
communicating with you all. I'm communicating with my wife. Please continue.
And I think. I don't think she would keep a servant from us if we needed it and if he was willing to return. But if we had any doubts about that, I would say we should do it now.
I think, are we to, she looks up at Alondra finally and she says, are we to camp here for the evening until,
Alondra blinks hard after a moment and says, I don't want to spend any more time in this place, but
I know.
I lack the power to return you all.
Same.
All of us, that is. So, until tomorrow. The halfling woman butts in, not rudely, but cuts in and says, with her jaw somewhat, her face somewhat necroted away, and she just says, I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm sorry about your friend. I still need to be paid. She just has a very flat, serious face. Alondra nods and says,
This was from Sandor?
The Death Adder. Yeah, that like highly esteemed member of the Blades of Sandoria. And Alondra just continues and says, we never leave our allies out to dry. You won't be paid. And the halfling woman just nods, leaves it at that. Steps away a bit.
Is this all that's left of us?
Alondra doesn't even look at you. She just looks at Efmon's burns and nods solemnly.
Oh, wow.
As if she's already checked.
Okay.
That all the others are dead.
Wow.
So there's how many is there of us? There's our people, so there's 5.
Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 who came.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now live.
Wow.
The other 9 are dead.
But that's not including us.
No.
Yeah.
You all know which of you are alive and dead.
Yeah. Rokas Well, Ro says, okay, I'm going to try to sleep. So first thing I can do is resurrect F Moon.
Louder nods. Yes, that's the course of action.
But for protection, anyone can get under this that needs to. And she casts Lehman's tiny hut over, like, her, and anyone can, up to 8 people can go in it. So,
Ro, as you play through the Mad Mage, the Chaos Mage, the Chaotic Mage. Sorry, I was thinking Dungeon of the Mad Mage. As you play through the Chaotic Mage, the light, opaque purple dome materializes, and it's not quite fit for everyone, but for most of you, and especially the injured are pulled in, and the fungi draw near, and your clovers grow up.
Yeah.
Interestingly, when you tried previously, you couldn't grow plants here. But now the phylactery has been destroyed, and the storm is now starting to clear out so that you can see almost the entire, or most of the night sky at this point. They're growing now in the soil, providing a soft bed. And the dead and the wounded are pulled onto it, and people begin laying down exhausted, taking off armor.
Yeah.
I don't think I fall asleep next to Thespis. I don't leave his side. I want to make that of note.
I was gonna say, Greta is like kind of continually monitoring Thespis, just in case anything goes south. But she's monitoring him, and she's also like going around, and anyone who will let her, she's like taking stock of their injuries. And like if as the night goes to a close and she doesn't need it crack spells, she'll use up the rest of her spells to heal people and
Understood.
Just like oh, where does it hurt, and like help with pain. But she's also taking mental note of who is the most injured and who is in the most critical condition, and what she thinks she can fix tomorrow when she has greater restoration.
Understood.
Again. So she's kind of like
You spend the majority of your remaining healing on Gajras and Thespis are both in really bad shape. And you spend the majority of your healing on them, and you can go ahead and give me a medicine check for Gajras. Gajras. My goodness, that's a hard name. Gajras. That has to be hard for you guys. It should be hard for me too. That's only fair there.
That's a 25.
Gosh.
The 25. Yes, examining her wounds as a skilled, if somewhat unorthodox cleric who got most of your field training and animal sacrifices.
Well, can I? Greta also spent a long time traveling, and she spent a long time, like for most of her life, probably till she was like a human, 20, 23. She like worked and she like traveled with a group of traveling people. So she has a lot of.
That is very importantly true. Yeah.
But she's been traveling for a long time.
Like an herbalist and a medicine woman at large. Yeah. That part, not so much for what I'm about to say next, but yes, for everything else, yeah. No, this leans more into your understanding of your time with the hags. As you look over Gajdash, and you look at her arm that's been torn away and the bandages that have been over it, you remove the tourniquet briefly, and you look underneath at the wound. This limb was not removed by magic. It was not burned away. It was snapped and ripped away.
Wow.
And first of all, she's in the stages of shock. So she needs sleep and rest, and then some more rest, and food and water, which are being provided. But also, it's gone, and magic beautifully sterilizes wounds to relieves infections as well, at a low level, we'll say. But she's going to need further amputation.
Yeah.
Where the tissue's been ripped away halfway up the arm, it's going to need to be amputated halfway up the shoulder.
Wow.
Because that tissue's going to continue to necrode.
Yeah.
So that needs to be done by someone at some point.
Yeah.
But you do whatever you do with that information. Do you inform her of that? Do you keep that to yourself for now? She's kneeling down, just kind of quietly staring into the shadows as you look over her wound.
I think I would call over. Are there any other people?
A lot of people are falling asleep at this time.
Okay. Is there anyone else awake who I know is proficient in medicine?
There's no one else conscious who's proficient in medicine.
Okay. Well, then I think so I'm examining it and I'm asking her where it hurts and I'm gonna say she takes a deep breath and she goes, "You want to wait until the morning and have someone else look at it?"
She doesn't say anything.
I
kind of looks at you, her head bobbling a little bit.
I speak up and I say, "I'm not a doctor.
I'm keeping watch." And then she stares back into the shadows with the rusty sword in her hand. Anyone else doing anything?
News and Ro has collapsed, but she's
I ask her to wake me up if anyone gets sick or starts coughing or anything.
She wobbles a little bit and she nods, but it doesn't look like she particularly registered what you said. But from nearby, the 30-foot tall gold dragon coiled around you like a massive serpent, who is heavily wounded herself, just nods and she says, "I am watching. I will let you know if that is issue."
Thank you.
And she just lays down next to you all. And you feel
Do
very
dragons sleep?
protected. You don't know. But she is sitting very resolutely and watching.
Okay, cool. I curl up next to Ro and go to sleep.
And with that, the party falls asleep. And it is an exhausted and spent and desperate sleep. Save for Craig. Craig, as you slumber deeply.
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
You blink your eyes awake at some moment in the evening as you feel restless in the night, stirred awake by something. And you wake up in the dark, stony place that you are, except that it's a bit too dark. Alondra's, the light from her necklace that she didn't turn off as she slept, it's not there around you all. You don't see any of your allies nearby. You're in darkened stone. You what, sorry?
Pull out Star Splinter.
Okay. You reach to your side and you can feel it. Yes, it's there and it's scabbard. And you, as you pull it out, it lights up with light. And there you are in the landscape, exactly where you were. But none of your allies are there. There is no dome. And there are before you bones. Not scattered all around you the way they really are. A handful. And they're in a line. Not a perfect line, scattered. leading far, far away until they start wrapping around the uneven, jutting, rising stones of this landscape, the splintered shards of obsidian that jut out of the ground. And for a moment you feel the disquiet of this dark vision before a golden flame sets up above the bones and then begins burning over the path of bones in the distance. And you hear a voice say, Craig. And then you wake up. And there you are, among all of your friends, under the dome. Awake. Yes, Micah.
You know how you can wake up from a dream and you can remember the feelings and the tones of the dream? Like you could feel if it was stress, if it was fearful, if it was horror, things like that, or joy. Does this feel like a calm directional dream? Or did this
Give me an
feel
insight
like
check. Give me one of them inside checks. Give me a check
It's
that's
crazy.
inside.
It's crazy what like my friend doing a different voice can do to my brain.
Especially after years of this.
Just like a slightly like different voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Cold. So that's a 19.
Oh, go Craig.
Unease, Craig. But not foreboding. Fear. But not the fear of danger. The fear of immensity. Not the fear of... Oh, there's not an insidious fear. Not a
Heartbreak?
phobia. But the fear you have as you stand at the edge of a canyon. The fear you have as you look out at the open ocean. You felt it before, and you recognize that voice. And you wake up there, in the dark. All your allies are sleeping. Everyone's asleep, actually. The dragonborn woman outside of the dome is asleep, slumped over a stone. Only the dragon remains awake, and she's 30 feet away from you, just looking out into the darkness. You're the only one awake, other than her watching still.
Do I remember the placement of the bones?
It's fuzzy to you. They just seemed scattered. But they led...
No, I mean, like, remember where they were.
The direction?
Like,
Yeah, they led inward. In from the ruptured, broken land from which you came. That craterous space. Toward Blackfang.
where we had just been.
Yeah. It's just this layer is the direction they led.
Did it sound like I've heard the Maker's voice before?
It was a little vague in that dreamlike quality, but it didn't seem dissimilar. But in that way of dreams where, yeah, you think, but yeah, you suppose so.
I'm not gonna act on anything because I don't want to be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna kind of quietly. First, I'm gonna pull out my diary and I'm gonna jot all the information down, all the details I can to remember it and retain it. And then I'm gonna go back to sleep until everybody else wakes up.
Understood, Craig. That diary is getting mighty full. But you, just as a story note, you write down the ideas and you close it. You lay your head back to sleep. It's deep sleep, Craig. You know that sleep where you like put your head down and you like lift it up and it's the next day and you don't recall sleeping?
Before I go to sleep, I like say a quiet prayer. I'm like, tell me more.
Okay. Okay.
Can I roll persuasion check? No, I'm just kidding. Less.
Greg, you can roll an audacity check.
I'd like to persuade God, please.
You put your head down, and
Can I move his heart?
black sleep takes you. You're just out until Craig. You wake up. Oh, there's the echo. Did you take headphones off or something? Oh, we're good now. Okay, that was weird.
Weird.
Craig, you lift your head up. Alone. You're further toward the center of the landscape now. Somewhere lost in the jutting stone. Alone again. You're not even armored. You're just wearing a simple tabard with the sword at your side. But the sword is on fire. A blue and gold flame. And there are bones scattered. And a path. And the gold flame is lit above it. And you can see, poking up above the stone in the landscape, the spire of Blackfang. And you hear a voice say, Craig. And you blink awake. This time when you wake up, you heard it. You heard it outside of your dream. It woke you up. You heard the voice.
Are my hit points back and my spell slots?
You feel a little better rested, but you are not fully rejuvenated, if anyone can be after this day. You wake up. The star is in a slightly different position. Not much. Maybe half an hour passed. You're alone in the dark in the night again.
I don't want to be rash. I don't want to make any decisions.
You don't have to be.
Alone.
What would Craig do? I
feel like Craig has learned a lot, and he's learned the weight of a decision, and particularly the wrong one. Old Craig would have just immediately started walking out towards Blackfang and just gone AWOL. But I don't think he's gonna do that now. I think he's on the safer side. I think he's gonna go back to sleep, but before he does, he says, okay, I get it. Just tomorrow, please.
Absolutely.
And then he goes to sleep.
You lay your head down, Craig. The sleep is deeper. More full. There's no vision this time. But this time you hear audibly, in a fairly loud voice, Craig, wake up. I raised your bones.
Oh.
And you wake up. It's still night. The stars have changed position significantly. But it's you and your allies are there. But everyone else is asleep. You heard it. It was loud. Like someone saying something at full volume near you, but no one else is awake. Only you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of shake awake Gretta.
Okay, Gretta. You're woken.
Hey, I don't think you're gonna get this. But there's a voice and it wants me.
Get it. What do you want?
Anyone else?
Listener, what you can't see is that as Mike is doing this roleplay, she tilted the camera an inch away from her face so that Abby can have the POV of Craig shoving his face in Gretta's
That's
face.
exactly what I pictured Craig, like, in Gretta's face.
Hey, he doesn't want you. He wants me. He wants me.
Gretta, you're shaken awake and you hear, it's not about you. It's about me. I'm special.
What is it?
I'm gonna go somewhere.
I'm gonna go.
Come if you want to witness it, but I was alone in the dream, so I don't know if that matters. But I needed you to know where I'm going.
Gretta, as you're shaken awake, Craig has bags under his eyes and I mean, he still has wounds on him. His armor has been taken off to sleep, so you can see now some of the gashes through his clothes and some of the blood staining everywhere. And there's a bruise on his neck that goes all the way down his clavicle and disappears under his cloak. He still looks rough, but he is insistent and confident as he awakes you.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Craig. Cam, have I been sleeping long enough to pick new spells?
You have not had a long rest, though you do feel a little better rested.
Okay, well,
You get the feeling
I'm
if
gonna.
you chose to go with him, it'd be of the state you're in now.
I'm going to. I'm gonna scribble. She's gonna her eyes are closed. She's gonna flip open her book, scribble something down in her journal, and then go back to bed. Or she's gonna be like, "Okay, Craig, you don't want me to."
You can make a strategy check for me if you want.
10.
Craig did just say he was going to wander off by himself in the land of Zorgrum at night.
Oh.
It might not be a terrible idea to accompany him. But you do you, boo. It does occur to you there would be advantages to getting a full night's rest. Might not be a terrible idea to see that your paladin doesn't go wandering off into the night here.
Okay, I say, Craig, are you
May
sure
even
you
be
wanna?
worth bringing another ally.
Are you sure you want to go, Craig?
He won't let me sleep. He
Who
won't
won't let you
I'm
sleep?
sorry. It's okay.
I can't get me sleep. He keeps waking me up, telling me to go.
Who's talking to you?
It's the one that not made me bones.
Oh,
What? That's not. That made me bones. That's been written down.
It's the one that not made me bones, you boy. That's very Mr. Krabs coded.
okay. Well, I have to go with you.
Micah, just a heads up, you're not helping yourself up by wrapping yourself in a blanket up to your head as we play this game.
No, I purposely yawned in character.
Oh, okay.
I actually did. Is that good?
Okay, well-
you know?
I have to go with you, Craig. Do you want to take someone else?
But it has to be you.
It has to be me. Okay.
I mean,
Jim, is the dragon
Micah,
awake?
did you feel like Abby was saying, do you want to take a third person?
That is what I was saying.
oh, okay. I thought you were saying, please not me, but someone else.
I felt the disconnect. I felt it. It was
Please
palpable.
wake up somebody else.
Okay. Yes. Sure. Yes. Let me row that one. Yep. Okay. And then he
Jim, is
goes.
is the
over.
gold dragon awake?
The gold dragon is awake. And
I look
Yes,
at her.
her head is
Gold was in the
slightly
dream.
tilted. What? Sorry.
What?
Continue, Micah.
Gold was in the dream, so it makes sense. Let's get her.
That was old?
Gold. Gold.
Gold
Color
or
gold.
old? What?
G-O-L-D.
Gold.
Old.
As you look up, you can see that her head is slightly inclined, as if though she still looks off in the night, she's listening. She might have some pretty incredible senses. She might have heard all of this, but she's not looking at you all. Just
She's
listen.
like, these weirdos.
I look at her and I clear my throat just a little bit. I go,
Her head tilts just slightly, but still not all the way toward you. As if she might be able to hear you even when you whisper nearby.
Yeah, I say,
Man, it
We're
feels good
gonna-
to be a dragon.
we're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
Her head just looks back out to the shadows. Further away from you.
With us.
Nope.
Okay. Is Ro awoken?
Yeah.
Okay. Ro, you are shaken awake.
I also wake up Boz
Well,
and
no, guy, I have to sleep. I
Wait,
have to
wait,
res-
wait. That's so true.
I have to
That's so true.
resurrect After
But
need
Craig,
more
we
sleep.
can't take Will. We should take Boz.
Okay, go to sleep.
Well, and
Okay,
she
she
just falls back to
asleep.
sleep on
Um,
on Thespis' shoulder.
Craig. Okay. All right.
The woman was too
You
stunned
can't,
to
Abby.
I
Um,
have to.
Craig, you shake Boz a bit, and he groans slightly and shifts, but doesn't respond a whole lot. Oh yeah, he did die earlier today. He might need that night's sleep pretty badly.
No one's in a good place to be my friend right now.
Maya's sleeping is starting to hit a really high pitch. She's over here going a theremin. So Craig,
Still got a rogue. You could take. With
you and do you wake up Tello, or are you like it's fine with me and Greta? Or did you
Hello?
get like a subliminal sense like, oh, maybe the DM was just trying to get the player characters there, but if someone has a really good mechanics ruling for not doing that, maybe it's fine that it's just me and Greta.
The player strategy check. Do I need to wake up
No, it's
and
fine.
go?
It's also fully valid that you're trying to
Do
get the
I-
night's sleep, because you having resurrection is also a very good idea.
Okay.
So Craig,
I do get that sense, and I leave it be.
you get that sense.
But I also do
Um,
extend the attack to dragon.
Now I have the. now
Yeah,
I
she
have
heard
the
you.
FOMO. The FOMO spell cast upon me.
It's powerful, but you make the saving throw. Abby's pissing, so she can't hear this.
Into the
But-
abyss.
Into the booth! And there was something funny about Micah holding up her yellow bubbly right after I said Abby's pissing, but
Ew.
that's fine. To the abyss. So Greta and Craig alone mount the broom and
Greg.
take off.
I tell her
The landscape is okay. Greta, the dream is described to you.
I say, that does sound pretty important, Craig.
Said very deep role play, real authentic. That's good, Craig. That's good.
No,
And you all soar silently. There's something eerier about this version of the landscape. I mean, it's not the impending horror of knowing that the Lich Queen's out there, the terror, but the place is just dead. Just still. And you all fly over the motionless stones to the only real visible facet in the entire landscape. That tall, thin, black, twisting spire.
I said, this is the direction, Craig?
yeah.
Okay.
And I know it's a good mission because the Maker's sending me on it, so he must know something we don't.
I hope so.
I really hope I'm not walking you to your death. I'm really sorry. It would be like the
Oh.
fourth time.
I hope so too. We'll be okay. You have the sending stone, right?
Just sleep with it in
All right, got it on me.
Well, we'll just yeah.
Gums. I have no more teeth. Just kidding.
Ew.
Catherine, wanna kiss me?
He holds rocks
I need
to look
it.
like teeth in his mouth.
And the party or the duo rides the broom further and further until, after about a good 8-9 minute glide, you all land. The broom never hits the ground; it just hovers. And you all step off and into the stone, and there is the motionless void of light, with its stone jaws yawning open. The slain court of death, even its undeath killed in it, is motionless before you, completely swallowed up in shadows.
We're at Shista's tower.
You are at the opening to the tower.
Okay.
Okay, Maker. You
Will it
didn't give
not
me
fall
any other
down?
instructions.
So the other one fell down, sorry.
Sorry?
The other one fell down, right?
Yeah, the little tower fell down.
I don't know what
Craig,
to
what
do
did
from
he say to you again?
He said, I raised you from bones, but I don't know if that was, hey, buddy, you owe me one, or hey, that's what I want to do again.
Why would he need to raise you from bones again?
Craig, could you make a perception check for me?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Who? Me? Does it need to be me? I'm asking.
This ravenous hunger for rolls is a little charming, Abby.
I'm asking. Is it me?
It's Craig.
Okay.
Did she assist?
No.
How do I roll again? I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
goodness. Okay. You got me with that one. Micah, what'd you get, dude? Micah, what did you get,
She's
dude?
not okay.
This is not the energy I thought we were going to have this session, but I'm accepting it.
Micah, what's wrong?
Micah, if you can't say it, type it. What is it, girl? Is Jimmy in the well?
Oh, 6.
She got a 6. Okay.
Oh, I thought she said
Um,
a 46, and I was like, how though?
I don't
As-
know.
As Craig looks into the dark, he notices nothing different than a mist. Greta does not need to roll because her passive well enough beats it. As you're standing nearby, Greta, where Star Splinter is in its scabbard at Craig's side. Yeah. There's a reason. Where Star Splinter is in the scabbard at Craig's side, there's a little bit of light beating out, slipping out from between the mouth of the scabbard and its hilt where they meet.
Okay. I go, oh, Craig, Star, your sword is glowing. Does it always do that?
Like, take out the sword.
Okay. There's a very slick as it's unsheathed, and as Craig pulls Star Splinter out, its broken design, reforged by that lapis lazuli light in between it. It lights slightly, and then it lights up with golden light, and then these little singular tongues of gold flame, each about a foot off the ground, light their way into Black Fang.
It's like the dream I had.
Is it?
Yeah, it's similar.
looks-
Not bones,
That looks good. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Greta takes out her mace
Okay,
just in case.
sure. The pair treads trepidatiously forward, crunching on uneven gravel until stepping on the slick, smooth, magic circle and carved floor.
Like a shiver goes down Greta's spine. She does not like being near this dark rock.
Not enough time has passed since the day where your friend died here, where each of you almost died here, where you faced one of the greatest evils of this world. And even though the power feels gone, something about this place still feels wrong.
Yeah.
And there are bones all around you. Huge bones of the dragon are there. And you all walk. And one last tongue floats above, not a perfect pile, but actually, yes. The many bones among this assortment that were Shista's have been gathered into a small pile in the center of the room. And one tongue burns a couple inches above them. And both of you hear, entirely aloud, what is dead is not dead to me.
Oh.
I raised you from bones. I gave you a pen, Craig. Be my instrument of mercy. And the fire burns with slightly brighter golden light. You all hear that aloud from around you.
I'm gonna raise up Star Splinter. Does it do anything?
You've held it higher in the air.
I thought he meant he gave me a pen, like... This is the pen. What happens?
What did he say again, DM?
I gave you the pen. Or quill, he would probably say. Right as the instrument of my mercy. Craig, you recall, in your dream, he had you place the tip of Star Splinter down into your bones, where he knitted you together.
Okay. He's gonna do that.
Craig, you walk closer.
I'm just an obedient guy.
It's unsettling that the Lich Queen's bones are even regathered. This is a being upon whom death has had an unfortunate lack of grasp in the past. And the idea of her being anything other than ruined is unsettling. But what is it looking like as you place your burning sword down into this pile of bones?
I'm gonna, as he's walking up, and every molecule in his body is telling him no. He's saying, I'm trusting you, big guy. And he... Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's sit
I
down.
tried so hard. Okay. This has really big, with what power do you rebuff the fear of Black Fang, the vibes energy. In one of the most dramatic moments of the story, Craig, as you walk up and place the sword down, and you insert it into the pile of bones. The blade touches one of them and pushes them apart, and the fire spreads over them. Before bursting to life in this bonfire of light that you have to, like, step back from. I actually need you to give me a dexterity save, Craig.
Do that to me. Hold on. Hold on. Does an 8 hit?
Craig, with an 8, you are not nearly fast enough to get out of the fire's way, and it half engulfs you as it burns upward. It is searingly hot. Excruciatingly. You, like, you what?
Husband just came home.
Gotcha. It's excruciating to feel. And you instinctively jump backward. You actually even, like, fall onto the floor and have to, like, push yourself backward with your feet, slipping in that direction. Micah's been brought something and now is being hugged, and she's very happy and excited. I think Luke's being a very good husband. Luke's smiling. People of the podcast. And there's candy. That's fun.
I think.
Micah's nodding. It looks like Micah's wearing the world's largest fur cloak. As Craig falls and pushes himself backward, Craig, you instinctively reach to soothe burns and reach for your hair and your beard, but nothing's been burned. And actually, by the excruciating heat that you couldn't will yourself to touch again, you've actually received 10 points of healing.
Crap.
From the intense flame. And as Craig falls backward and pushes himself away, and Greta, you're watching near him, I'm sure in a stance of surprise, the fire has not gone anywhere. That bonfire continues to... The gold flame burns, not as a massive pillar, but as this sizable fire. Yes, Micah 10. And it's burning over the bones. And there, you can see in its center a dark silhouette of shadow. The objects at the center that are being the fuel of the fire being burned are beginning to flatten and fall apart as if being burned away. But after a moment of observing, you start to realize they're being rearranged It's all very abstract, all very silhouette of shadow in the center of light, but you watch them being elongated. And you can see other bones are being gathered, and no, something, a dark shape is growing around the bone. Something is developing in the center of this fire that is just burning. And what is more, you start to see, at first it looks like a flicker in the flame, but in more and more detail, there's the silhouette of a figure in the center of the fire, standing above what is forming in the center. There is a silhouette of a being in the center of the flame, standing off the ground, looking over the body.
What's happening to the body?
The form is continuing. There is a body. The vague silhouetted shape of a person is starting to grow in the center of this fire, which is just... And it looks like the being in the center has a hand raised over it and is shaping that shape with its own as the hand moves back and forth.
Gretta falls to her knees and do you guys know child's pose in yoga?
Mm-hmm.
She's just she falls to her knees and she's just fully child's pose. Her head, her knees are underneath her and her forehead is on the ground and her hands are reached out in front of her and she's just on the ground.
And the fire rages. And smoke rises off of the floor before this warm wind blows through the chamber and moves it all away. And under the blue light of Craig's sword, laying on the ground, is the pale body, entirely clothed in flesh, of a human woman with dark black hair, a few streaks of silvery white, before she...
What?
And she sits up.
Gretta.
Hello?
Gretta hears that and she just sits up and runs over and just grabs this woman in the tightest hug. She just throws her arms around this woman.
At first, the woman begins to crawl back away from you, afraid, but she looks kind of feeble, like she's not quite strong enough to move away from you. And Gretta, you grab her and hold her, and she's shaking for a moment, breathing, afraid, before an arm grabs around the back of your shoulder and squeezes. But there's only a moment before, and her hands feebly, she wrestles herself to sit, and her arms push you backward. And as she's shaking, she says, Madre Santani, Nathamotesi, Natset myth. She shakes you.
I use my tongues.
You use the charge of your tattoo as it flows down your neck, and the black scrolling moving from your mouth down your neck flashes with green light, and you, for a moment, or for the time, can speak Elder Common. Or excuse me, Old Common. Not Elder Common, but Old Common. Because this woman's old enough that, given the time periods, she probably does speak Common. But upon waking, the language that comes to her mind first is not Common, but Old Common.
Yeah.
And as she wakes and communicates to you, she shakes your shoulders and she says, Where is he? Where is he?
Gretta just nods and she says, We'll call him. We'll call him. And she turns to Craig and she says, Call Nifty.
You start to turn your head before you can even get the words out. Her hand reaches around and grabs your jaw and turns your head back toward her. And she says, You have to tell him. You have to tell all of them. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was the distraction.
Okay.
I wasn't the blade. And
Wait, what?
tears well in the bottom of her eyes as she says, I wasn't the blade. I was to draw you here.
Okay. I call Alondra.
She's dead.
Who's dead?
They've killed her. Tonight. The blade is pierced. The veil is torn.
The blade is what? The blade is what?
She grabs you by the sides of the face and pulls you so close to her face, tears welling in her eyes, terror in her face, and she says, The blades have pierced. The veil is torn.
Okay.
He's coming.
Okay, I wrestle the
And that
standing.
is where
Oh
we are
my
going to
God.
end episode 173 of The Accidental Adventures.
Holy